Brody.
What's the deal? Episode 21,
Episode 21.
NBA Finals, man.
Yeah,
Fucking finna get to that NBA Finals, man. What you
yeah,
think, bro? What you
yes,
think so
sir,
far?
man. Episode 21. We covering NBA finals outside the arena, Man, bro, I ain't even know we was gonna get this far in the pod. I just remember we started from the first day, you know, back at the
Seemed like
crib
yesterday.
on the real on Central. I'm like, got my got my phone mounted up on shoe boxes and shit. I mean,
Man,
it's still kind of a crappy mount now, but I mean, we stayed consistent. You know what I'm saying?
hell yeah,
But
niggas couldn't even get time off work. Niggas was at work in the car, all type
on
of
the
shit.
real,
First couple of episodes, but we done came a long way, bro. We just trying to reach new heights, guys. Go on here and subscribe, man. Y'all gonna see that subscribe button pop up right here, man. Go on here to subscribe. Check us out, bro. We just trying to bring y'all this content, man. Give y'all our takes, bro. And I meant to say the short we did put out this week goes to show y'all, man, we be knowing what we be talking about. I told y'all, man, depth and fucking depth in defense, depth in offense is where
for
we
real.
at now. And I said, bro, we was on this crash course to fucking Indiana and fucking OKC. The what you call it, the NBA TV finals.
No, man, I said that, but I'm kind of excited to see it now, man. Whether it's on ABC or NBA TV, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
Thunder and
you know that shit gonna be on NBC, man. Don't do the boys like that, bro. ABC, I mean NBC. ABC, you know the boy, don't do the boys like that, man.
So yeah, man, Pacers versus Oklahoma City Thunder. Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder, bro. Somebody's gonna get their first ring, like a franchise gonna get their first ring. Like when was the last time a franchise got their first ring? Like that we really the last time
Parody.
that I mean maybe Denver, right? Maybe Denver a couple years ago, right?
I mean, they been saying, man, parody, my boy. It's finally some parody in the NBA.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that though?
The last 7 years, we done had a different NBA champion.
I know, but I'm saying like
Parody.
when was the last time a franchise got their first ring? Like in franchise history, maybe Denver,
I
unless
mean,
I don't know.
yeah, I would say Denver, and before that, Toronto. Honestly.
Right. I think Denver won one a few years, maybe back before we was,
Mm-mm.
no, that was their first
That was
franchise.
their first one. They got
Okay,
close a few times, especially when they had the Matumbo teams and different shit like that. You know, they was competing in the playoffs, but it
right.
was their first one in franchise history.
Okay, so no, but the
Man,
more the days pass by, I mean, obviously it hasn't been nothing to watch. I mean, the WNBA or whatever, but like for as far as what we've been talking about,
hell,
as far as what get well soon, Kevin. As far as what we've been talking about, the NBA Finals is here. It's Thursday, bro. I'm excited. Like I'm just ready to see these different schemes. You know
mhm.
how hard of a team is Indiana. You know, they got that, no pun intended, that fast paced basketball offensively.
Yeah,
Are they gonna be able to run their gun? Are the fast paced offensively, Indiana Pacers are gonna be able to run up and down on the court against the fast paced defensively and offensively OKC Thunder. Like OKC not only just a fast defense team, but I mean offense team, but they turn those. You see how many of those turnovers they turned into points against Minnesota?
oh
And
yeah, man.
you said that you was like they had X amount of like OKC turned the ball a lot over too, but when Minnesota turned it over, those points OKC turned those turnovers into points. You know, those steals, those
Mhm.
deflections into points.
Mhm.
And I don't know, like I always say, a team like Indiana or whoever is playing against Oklahoma City Thunder is gonna have to play perfect basketball. You're gonna have to play perfect basketball, and you're gonna need Oklahoma City to not be scoring too.
And
Like
I
what
mean,
I want to know,
and I
my bad.
mean, when it's all said and done, look at where we at now. I mean, you talking about and that's why I kind of said we was kind of on the crash course with this because as much of a favorite as they think OKC gonna be, man. Just me personally, I don't think it's gonna shake out like that because the pace and the style of play that the Pacers play with, I think will catch OKC off guard. You feel me? Because the ball moves around so much, and that's why I feel like these two teams was probably set up and was destined to play each other. Because if you just look at how everything was set up, besides Boston, because they
Mhm.
kind of play that same type of style. You know what I mean? It's just more of a drive and kick, to the 3-point shooter, where um, Indiana is more of a swing the ball until you find the open shooter. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
right.
Boston is like, okay, Jalen Brown get down here. Okay, Jason Tatum get down here. Kick it out to one of the shooters if you get jammed up when you go into the lane, right?
Mhm.
And if you can't get to the lane, just kick it out, step back out to the 3-point line, and you will get a fucking three in fucking rotation, depending on how the ball get moved around. And
Right.
that's what kind of style they play at. Indiana play pace in space. You know what I mean? Where they running, and they trying to find the right guy. And I just feel like, and that's what kind of what OKC does on the defensive side. It's a lot of chaos, 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 flustering niggas, getting niggas off their square, throwing a bunch of niggas at, grab or reaching in, putting hands on the ball, pause. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Getting under motherfucking skin, moving fast, getting out on fast break transition, buckets off, turnovers, shit like that. And that's what they live off of.
Right.
And that's why I kind of say it was kind of this cat crash course. And honestly, I don't think it's gonna be a sweep like everybody kind of predicting, man. I don't
That's
think
what I'm
it's
saying.
gonna
The
be
world, the
a
world think it's gonna
one-sided
be
match like they
the
gonna think like they
the
think it is,
the
man.
world, the world thinking it's gonna be 5 games. The world thinking it's gonna be OKC in 5. I like to see it won't none make me more excited to see 7 games, but I have to bring myself back down to reality. It might be,
Mm,
it might not be. I don't want to see 4 games. I
for
like to see,
sure.
I like to see 7. So I have to stay in between in that frame somewhere.
But
I
but
think.
that's kind of been like the story. That's been like the story of these both of these teams, right? Because look, okay, OKC done came out the West, so everybody under the mindset. Because nobody was giving OKC their props until they got to this point.
Mhm.
Even when they was in the battle with Denver, even when they was in the battle with Minnesota, and they was up fucking 2-0, 3-1, motherfuckers was still, oh, this OKC
Minnesota still
thing,
got a
da da
chance.
da da. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Da da da. And the same thing with Indiana. Oh, this Indiana team, Indiana. What the fuck? How did they get here? Da 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 da. Oh, and then now the excuse for them is, oh, the East is a much weaker conference, and the injuries and all this other shit. And I just feel like these were the two teams destined to play against each other, especially just how this season kind of went. You know what I mean? Like the pace and space is where the game is at, right? And
Mhm.
these two teams have kind of embodied that to the T.
Yeah,
One on offense, one on defense, and
yeah,
that's what we kind of got up to.
to add a little bit more on to what you're saying about the new look that the NBA giving us, what these teams are giving us, I think other teams are gonna have to model their game after this, and that's gonna mean less isolation. Like, don't get me wrong, SGA, he really liked that on the ISO ball, but when
Uh,
you watch Oklahoma City and what makes them a great team isn't SGA playing ISO, isn't Halliburton playing ISO, it's them being as a collective, a team collective playing the ball,
exactly.
swinging the ball. You got Chet coming off the pick and roll, or you got Chet at the top of the key. But I don't see isolation when I see these two teams. And even though SGA is like the when you think of SGA, you might think of isolation, but that's not how I see it. That's not what got them to the finals. You
Of
know what I'm saying?
course,
That
of
damn
course,
sure ain't what
I
got the
agree with
Pacers
you.
to the finals. And so I think all other teams, like in the past maybe 5 to 7 years, how a lot of teams was like, oh, we know what we got to do to win championships. We're gonna shoot more threes, like the Houston Rockets back in when they shot themselves out the finals, or like how the Boston Celtics just lost in the second round to the Knicks because they tried to shoot themselves in the game but shot themselves out the game. Or like it could be on the flip side, or like how the Warriors won all those rings with shooting threes. Well, now it's a different it's a different NBA lens. It's a different game. The name of the game is pace. You gotta be able to move up and down the floor real fast, score at a high clip. You know what I'm saying? You still need those big 2 or 3 main scorers, but it is you have to just play at a fast pace on offense and on defense. You gotta be a dog on defense. You gotta be able to like lock your man down, man on man defense. I don't know if the zone is gonna be working
And to go more into that point, I feel like that was what was the Celtics kind of kryptonite. Bar any injury and all that shit from Jason Tatum, get well soon. But that was kind of their kryptonite because they kind of fell into that when they shot one fall and when shit wasn't going right, instead of them picking up the pace, getting more guys involved, they kind of fell back into that. Okay, let Jason Tatum walk the ball up, let him find his shot, which is usually a step back three or a
Mhm.
contested two, or you know what I'm saying, or kicking it out to Jalen Brown if he can't get the space that he need. You know what I mean? Because even before Jason Tatum got hurt, I didn't even think Boston really had that game. The momentum was all on the Knicks side at that point because they kind of figured that shit out.
Right.
And when they got to Indiana, it was the same type of setup that Boston had, but the difference between them, it's really no one guy that they trying to go to. If Miles is hot, get it to Miles. If Siakam is hot, get it to Siakam. If fucking Nimhard is hot, get it to Nimhard. If Halliburton, keep getting him the ball. It just all depends. And
Mhm.
when you got that true point guard like Halliburton is, that's gonna move the ball, he looking to get everybody involved first. That was kind of their kryptonite. When you got, you know what I mean? When you got these, you know, teams that kind of fall into that ISO heavy game, well, we got like you said with SGA, it's really it is SGA getting his points. Don't get it wrong, he gonna get you his 30,
He gonna
but
do that.
his ISO ball don't look as bogged down as a Jalen Brunson. It don't look as bogged down as a Jason Tatum. It don't look as methodical as even like them going to Cat in the post during this last series with New York,
Right.
where it's just like get Cat the ball, let him go to work, let him find, you know what I mean? Like SGA is finding his shit within the flow of the offense. It
Exactly.
might be, and when they do struggle and when they do lose, that's why it's either them winning by 40 or them damn near losing by 40 because they even kind of fall into that trap a little bit too. It's like, well, ain't nobody else getting the bucket. J Dub ain't hitting shots. Chet ain't hitting shots. Let's just get a ball to SGA and let him do his thing. And that's not particularly that's his game, but it's not that nuance. It's not that just
I
you
get.
go
I
get a
see.
bucket. You
I
know what
see
I
what
mean?
I get exactly what you're saying. Like he ISO, but it's within the flow of the game. Instead of have Anthony
Mhm.
Edwards get the ball and he like clear everybody out. He wave
Yeah,
everybody off.
exactly.
Or like a Brunson,
Exactly.
he get the ball and everybody move on the other side of the court. When SGA get the ball, everybody else still moving and grooving. You know, the offense still flowing. And I think that's what it's gonna take. What's the new NBA formula to win a championship. You need that main guy who can play ISO ball, but he has to learn ISO within the offense.
Sure. For sure.
And I like that. I like the thought of that. Cause now it's like, oh, these young kids gonna be trying to model their game. Maybe after SGA, maybe after Halliburton. That's good for the NBA because it's like you get to learn playmaking. You get to be able to learn the court instead of just going for the bucket. You can be like, oh, I can pick my spot here, or I can pass the
And
ball
and
up here.
and
You know?
talking about that and going into like I said, like I was saying, that was kind of some of the reasons for why, the
This
Timberwolves
finals,
lost.
right?
That's why the Timberwolves did lose because and still young. He only 23, finna be 24. He still got a lot of basketball left in him, but he's got to get in the lab and work on his playmaking. He's got to be able to make decisions quicker when the trap comes, when the double team come up, when they plan him 94 feet, he gotta be able to make a decision quicker. And they gotta find another solution for Rudy out there. They gotta find another solution, and as fucking good as Corellius was, he started getting into his Corellius shit when that nigga started getting frustrated. And he showed
Yeah,
you
them the
exactly
last.
why these different teams done kinda gave up on him because it's like, bro, like, okay, you're not getting the calls, you're not getting the whatever. Play your game. You know what I'm saying? But all this trying to go down there and just truck motherfuckers, like, bro, they not letting you do that. It's not
For real.
working. They getting in there, they picking the ball away, they poking the ball away. You know what I'm saying? So find something else that works. And when you got going back into Rudy, it only look good sometimes.
I mean, he had maybe
even Chris Finch was doing. Even that coach was like, it look good sometimes. Like some games, I can play your ass 35 minutes. Some games, I can play your ass 15 because it ain't looking good tonight. And you getting smoked on the pick and roll, and you missing these fucking little ass. You angel reaching these middies and these little layups and shit like that.
Uh,
So what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
he can't catch. He can't move his feet on defense. He's supposed to be a beast on rebounds. He had that one game against the Lakers. He had what 20 rebounds, 24 rebounds, and
yeah.
maybe after that, I don't know if he had over 13 rebounds in the game. Maybe I might be wrong. Check the stats, but still, like for you to be a big man, for you to be the Stifle Tower defensive player of the year of the past years, you not making a threat. You're not a threat. He's not a threat in the paint. You know,
I've been saying this about Rudy for the longest, and I'm gonna continue to say that, man.
French
He's a
French
regular
barbecue
season
chicken,
he's a regular season depoy. He's a
French
regular
barbecue.
season depoy. When it
Fr-
comes down to it, it's French barbecue chicken. When it's all said and done, when it comes down to it, and when the offensive scheme get a little bit more complex. And when the offensive scheme get a little bit more motion to it in the
hmm
playoffs, because that's what people do in the playoffs is different offensive schemes, coaches pulling out shit they ain't tried before, and different shit like that. Rudy be lost out there, man, because there's so
Yeah,
much shit going on like that. You can do that shit in the regular season because regular season motherfuckers really ain't everybody just trying to get through the 82 games, right?
right.
So you know what I mean. And as long as motherfuckers got a winning record, that's all motherfuckers really care about. You know what I'm
He
saying?
he
And that's what that nigga is, man. He's a regular season depoy, bro. Not like amazing in the regular season, amazing in the fucking regular season on defense, like one of the best. But when that game slow down and that shit get more physical and shit, and you actually need him to give you some points.
it gets sticky.
In today's game too, when you need all four motherfuckers, all five motherfuckers to score, I said four, because Rudy ain't on Rudy ain't even scoring, but all
he
five of motherfuckers to score, and you ain't getting that from Rudy. I'm sorry, you're
Nah,
not,
that's bad,
you're
and that's
not.
bad, and you need that to win. Like, ain't no way you gonna go into the second, third round of finals of the NBA and be like, okay, Rudy, we just need you to do this, but not score. Like,
Mhm.
no, you got to give us some points. You got to give us like 12, 13 points. And if you can't get at least 12, 13 points, you're useless. You're useless. He's a useless center. Like in the playoffs,
In the
he ain't
playoffs, yeah.
he ain't worth a damn. And Kyrie is Randall Cousins. The way he tried to go in and body people, like, bro, that's not working. You know,
That
and
shit,
that
you
that's
just look
not
like a
that
fucking bull in the china shop.
yeah, that's not working, especially against the Thunder who they was playing. Like they as physical as it's gonna get, you know.
Exactly,
So
exactly,
the more physical you get with them, they gonna get right back. They gonna get right back like that with you.
and they letting shit go in the playoffs, so you got to understand that too.
You're not getting
Motherfuckers
them
don't.
calls, right?
You're not getting them calls. And then you got two, three motherfuckers on you trying to swipe at the ball, trying to knock the ball away. And like
hmm
you said, they like the physicality. They getting physical. They young. You know what I mean? They with the shit. So it's like and you trying to bulldoze your way down in there and get a bucket. That shit ain't gonna work, man. Because when you come into that lane, you got two, three motherfuckers on help defense trying to either get the ball out your hand. You got Chet trying to follow up on the block side. You got all the shit motion, all the shit going on right there
hmm
around you. And, eventually it's a turnover or, you try to pass it out, it's a turnover, you know what I mean? And that's why I just say it's the perfect matchup to me on both sides of this whole thing, bro. And I get everybody want to see New York in there, big market team, whatever, whatever. But honestly, I feel like New York was gonna go out there and get fucking 4-0,
Yeah,
4 4-0.
it might have
I
been
feel like they would have got swept
it
because
might have been
Cat
nasty.
Cat gonna get in foul trouble because he just be doing dumb ass shit sometimes. Like it ain't even from the defensive side, it just be dumb fouls. So he gonna get in foul trouble early. And they just got too many people to put on Brunson that's gonna give Brunson headaches all night. And that
hmm
foul baiting shit ain't gonna work in the playoffs like it work in the regular season.
No,
It's gonna be a bu-
not the way these call, not the way the ref was calling these games. They was
No.
letting that shit play.
They letting that shit pay. And you got motherfucking Caruso, Dort, Case and Wallace,
I could see
fucking
Dort checking Cat.
That's what I'm saying. I can see fucking Caruso checking
I
Cat.
can see Caruso checking Cat. He checked
And
Julius Randle. He could check Cat.
and when you putting them same guys on Brunson and shit like that, that shit's not gonna be effective, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
the next one
sorry.
gonna be.
And OG and Anobi been horrible these
Yeah,
last couple of playoff
he's
games.
he's real inconsistent.
Mikal Bridges is like he not even out there. If he ain't doing his little midi off the one fade away, you know what I'm saying? Then where the
Mhm.
fuck is he at? You know what I mean? Like stepped up big in the Boston series. Don't get me wrong on the defensive side of things, but it's like I said, they got too methodical in they shit. That's funny. I just got a fucking thing talking about edit podcast videos. Nigga, we on the podcast right now. But
Unreal.
like it's like yeah, they get too into that methodical offensive bullshit and against the Thunder, bro, they like to get out and run. They like to
Hmm.
get out and run. They like to play fast. And you know what I mean? And I just feel like this is gonna be as much people as want to say, oh, this is gonna be a too small market team. Don't nobody want to see this shit. Da 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 da. I could be wrong, and I could be saying in the next couple of weeks, oh damn, I was wrong. Indiana got swept, but I feel like this is gonna be an exciting series, and
This is
I
gonna be
wouldn't go as far as saying seven, but
yeah.
I'm at least going six. I
I
think it's gonna
mean,
go six
we would love 7 games because it means more basketball. But
for sure.
realistically, maybe six. And if even if they push it to six, it might be a seven. You know what I'm saying? If it goes
Mhm.
six, it has a chance to go seven. But this is gonna be one of them NBA finals where the commentators, the broadcasters are gonna be like, "Pay attention, kids." Because when they see passes made or playmaking plays from Tyrese Halliburton, they're gonna be like, "Look, y'all gonna need to work on this because this is what these teams are gonna be looking for. Like, if you want, they're gonna be looking for a Tyree Halliburton esque type player to run
But
their offense."
I thought he was overrated
I
though.
thought he was overrated, man. What
I thought
happened?
he was overrated. What happened? He's in the
Shit.
fucking finals now.
Shit. And then on the flip side, they're gonna be
Even
looking
though
at.
he wanted that finals MVP.
Yeah, I'm finna say, even though he might still be that overrated shit still might be over his head.
They call him his finals
Yeah,
MVP.
that shit still might be over his head. Cause like, how you didn't get that? You get the biggest shots of the whole Eastern Conference, but hey man, it's politics. It's politics,
Yeah,
you know.
it's politics. I feel like it should be not just the Eastern Conference Finals MVP, it should be the Eastern Conference MVP. So like who been killing this whole Eastern Conference playoffs? And if you look at it like that, Halliburton would have been the one to get it, man. Because
Oh, for sure.
without Halliburton driving that offense, they don't get to where they get to. You know what I mean? Now,
Hmm.
if you want to say Eastern Conference Finals MVP, I can see why Siakam got it. He did have like out of the 3 games that they won, he had like 30, you know what I'm saying, in each one of
Right.
the games. Consistent on offense for sure. But as far as the engine that drives that team, that fucking gets them where they need to be at, it's all fucking Urkel with the how it's all Urkel with the basketball, bro. That's
He's
who's
the
doing it
head.
for him.
Yeah, he's the
He's the head of the snake, as they say, right?
he's the head of the snake. And then on the flip side, you gonna have the broadcasters, commentators like, "Hey, y'all see Gildas Alexander, man, y'all need to practice on y'all middies." You know, because
Hmm.
he like midi crazy, and man, he gonna make a lot of kids get out and practice on their middies just as much as Halliburton gonna kids gonna make him want to go out and do their best Tyrese Halliburton impression. Whether it's
Yeah,
to whether it's to run from inside the 3 point line to run outside and take that last shot like how he was doing all finals, or just practice on his vision as far because that's my favorite part of his game, the passing. Like I said,
for sure.
Jason Kidd, but I mean he might be a little bit better than that because he can score. But I love the way he sees the court. Like he always is looking to make that.
Mm.
He's always making look that pass. You know.
Maybe I got a little nostalgia. I ain't gonna go that far. I ain't gonna say he's a better job. I don't
No.
know about
Okay. Real. No.
that.
Not a
Jason
better.
Kidd was a generational
I
a
fuck with.
point guard,
I fuck with Jason Kidd. I fuck with Jason Kidd. So
but
I won't give him better than I won't give Tyrese
he
better than
still
J
got so
Kidd.
much of his career left. So,
Yeah.
but I can definitely see what you're saying about the shooter part of it for sure. I
Hmm.
mean, he definitely, Jason Kidd developed into a decent shooter later on in his career as
Right.
opposed to, Halliburton came in with that part of his game. But you know what I mean? And
He a half decent shooter. I mean, he'll take some shots. You know.
oh
And
yeah, for sure.
but like I said, man, I just love Halliburton's. court vision of the game. I think that's probably one of my favorite parts of playing basketball is that's how you able to see the court. And if you know you can get your basket, you know you can get score, it'll
Hmm.
be much more. You can unlock your game a lot more if you can look and help the next person to get their bucket. You know what I'm saying? That's
For
what made
sure.
that's what made Rondo so good. That's why I like a player like Rondo. He's so cold.
Hmm.
Like he was so cold. He can go get his basket easy, but he
Oh
made
yeah,
it. He made
one
it
of the
where he can.
top point guards of his era to me.
Bro, that shit was so raw. That shit was so raw. And I see Halliburton kind of taking the same path, but he might need better scorers around him because he don't have like a Paul Pierce or a Ray Allen. But them guys, Miles Turner ain't no slouch. Siakam is a champion.
Them guys got there before, man, and them guys, he got. I mean, they're there. Shit, they're
Hmm.
there now. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean. He's doing it on definitely on a bigger scale than Rondo got a chance to do because you know at one point it was Rondo's team.
Right.
But he got hurt, and that kind of threw everything off. And that, you know, when he tore his Achilles and shit like that, and that kind of, you know, turned his career. He ended up getting traded and, you know, shit like that. But,
Hmm.
you know, it's definitely good to see, you know, the point guard play is still something where it's still pure point guards out here that's looking to pass first. And,
Still pure point guards out here.
um,
So if we ain't, I mean, I'm thinking this might be the birth of more pure point guards. You know, we need more Tyrese Halliburton. We need more SGAs too. But everybody want to score. I just want to see people that just want to help the next man score, man.
oh, for sure. And I mean, I feel like, you know, SGA is. Definitely one of the best players in the league. I'm not taking that away from him, but I'm saying it's been done before.
Right.
Well, what he's doing, even to a certain extent, you know, everybody always talking about the mid-range game is dead and it's not as affluent as it used to be and shit like that. And that's not the case. People are taking more threes because motherfuckers figured out that a three is worth more than two. So that makes sense, right? But
Right.
the best scorers in the league, if you look at it, if you really sit down and look at it, the best scorers in the league, they go to a midi. They go to the midi a lot.
Who would you
Kevin
say?
Durant,
Kevin
Kawhi
Durant.
Leonard,
Mm. Yeah, you're
even
right. You're right.
Steph Curry. As many threes Steph Curry got to shoot, he still got a midi game. He still get the middies up when it's you know if it's a good shot. Some of
Mm.
the best scorers still got a mid range jumper. LeBron to a certain extent, like
Kyrie.
DeMar DeRozan, of course, Kyrie. You know what I mean? All these people that go to look to score
When you
first,
talking about scores, yeah.
they still have that as a part of their arsenal.
Okay.
Even Jimmy Butler on his runs with Miami
Yeah,
had the midi.
he was taking
You know what I
crazy
mean?
middies. He was midi
Yeah,
crazy. He only take that big three if it was necessary, you
if it
know.
was necessary,
And,
and yeah, like it's still a lethal asset to have. It's just motherfuckers is taking more threes now because it makes sense, and I guess that's what I kind of bothers me about Jason Tatum a lot. You know, is he settles too much. Get to the hole, get a bucket, take a motherfucker down in the post, and step back, fade, get a fade off, get a
right.
fade midi off. You know what I'm saying?
Get your mellow shit on.
Get your mellow shit on. Get to them other spots, and then motherfuckers that don't know what your next move is, so then you could pop up, bang the three, shoot the three. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if motherfuckers know you going to that, oh, he finna do the side step three, oh, he finna do the step back three, oh, he finna catch it off the screen and shoot a three, like they gonna know exactly where to go to. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And
I see exactly what you're saying.
that was kind of like the Achilles heels, man. And that's just like, you know, even Ant-Man to a certain extent, that's another part of besides the playmaking, he needs to get that midi bag more lethal too. Instead of, you know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
if you a solid jump shooter from that 17, 18, when you got the three going, you got the three going. But you can give a motherfucker different shit when you more of a three-level scorer. Motherfuckers ain't gonna know where you gonna go to.
Right.
And he still in that either I'm gonna drive or I'm gonna shoot the three. Because that's the more exciting thing to do. And that's okay. And we can see how that worked out for him because the other nigga on the other side, methodical scoring, getting to the midi, getting whatever shot that the defense gives him.
I think
You feel me?
it's going. I think that the league. I feel you. I think the league is going to turn over now because it takes at least what 5, 10 years. So when was the
Hmm.
look 10 years ago when the Warriors won their first chip? It was like, oh, these people shooting hella threes. Like they just making it rain with threes now. 10 years have passed. I can't believe it's even been 10 years that have passed since they won their first championship like that. That shit just flew.
Hmm.
But 10 years have passed, and now we looking at a new game. We might be looking at a new offensive scheme. It's either you're gonna be like I say, go back full circle. Either you're gonna be the playmaker, scorer, and Halliburton, or you're gonna be like offensively fluent, ISO and SGA. And that's perfect. That's perfect. It's just gonna take away the three. It's not gonna take away the three. People still gonna get their threes off. As long as there's a guy named Steph Curry in the NBA, they still gonna get their threes off. But this is
No,
just gonna be
I
the new lens that they playing through now. You know.
I mean, I feel like it's already been kind of going this way, man. It's just a bunch of if you want a successful career, if you want to be one of the premier superstars in the league, you have to be a three-level scorer, bro. And I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like, I don't feel like everybody, Boston is the extreme example of that, of just chucking up threes the whole time, going by the analytics and shit like that. But everybody kind of plays different. If you look over the scheme of the NBA, everybody who's been in this playoffs got a different type of style of play.
Right.
Whether it's going to their one man, whether it's going to two people, you know what I mean? Whether it's finding it in the flow of the offense, whether it is jacking up a bunch of threes, whether it's coming off the pick and roll, whether it's, you know what I mean, giving ISO to SGA, giving ISO to Ant Man, or giving ISO to Jalen Brunson, or these different things, man. Everybody, every team kind of plays different. The three is definitely incorporated in every team's play,
Right.
but it's certain teams that either chuck them like a motherfucker or look for the right shots within the scheme of the offense. And
Okay.
that's why I feel like, like I said, going back into it, that's why these two diverse teams, as far as one diverse in offense and one being diverse in defense, is where they at now because of the way that the style of play in which they play, or which they are playing. And like going into your point, we might be going this way where teams are modeling their games after these two particular teams. You know what I mean?
That's what I just be believing. After every finals, I'll be like, oh, teams are gonna be like, oh, we need the 1 and 2 man. We need the Batman and Robin and
Hmm.
Tatum and Brown, or we need that unicorn in Porzingis, or we need the unicorn in Joker or something like that,
Hmm.
or we need that cold killer in the SGA, the silent killer with the ISO, or we need the playmaker in Halliburton. But I
Yeah, I
can't
mean.
I can't wait. So what you think? Who you think what you think the numbers gonna look like for Halliburton, or what you think the numbers gonna look like with the game one predictions? Like you think
Game one,
Indiana still won? You think it's a blowout from OKC? You think OKC just like we just gonna get the job done? We gonna send a statement, you know?
I think it's gonna be one of them ones where they're gonna try to send a statement. I feel like it might be one of them ones where, especially the margin of victory that OKC done had in these finals at home. It's
Mm-hmm.
been like they said, it's been like some of the craziest, margins of victory that's been like, if not in the wild in history, as far as how they've been blowing motherfuckers out at home.
Yeah,
So I feel like it'd be one of them statement games. I feel like Indiana's gonna be obviously a little bit overzealous because they won the Eastern Conference Finals. I could be wrong because I feel like coaching has been a big part of it too, and they got one of the top coaches, if
probably
not
all
in
time,
in
right?
in the league right now, probably all time.
Probably
You know what
all
I
time,
mean?
maybe. Yeah.
So when you look at it like that, they definitely gonna be prepared. But I don't know, man. I just feel like it's gonna be so much energy in fucking the Thunder Stadium going
Oh
coming up
man,
when they come up.
it's gonna be rocking out though.
It might be a 30 ball. It might be a 30 ball blowout or some shit like that by the time it's all over with. You know what I
I
mean? But
I
I
I
feel
think
like I feel like Indiana might come punch them in the mouth that second game. They might not be expecting it because they could be coming
yeah.
off that. Oh yeah, because OKC always get a little bit too cocky. Oh yeah, we got them. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Game one, we fucking got them off, ran them off the floor. Da 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 da. And I feel
Hmm.
like it's gonna be one of them ones, but Halliburton them gonna come back and punch their ass in the mouth and they ain't gonna be expecting it. It's gonna be like a 10-point win or some shit like that. Or it could be that first game where it might just come down to who gonna make the bigger buckets in the
Yeah, it might come down to
last
the
couple of
last shot.
seconds.
Cause
You know?
look at Indiana look how close they keep these games. You know, don't let it come down to a game where it's close and Halliburton know who's taking the last shot, and no matter if they do or if you don't know Halliburton taking the last shot, he's always capable of making that basket.
For
I don't know.
sure.
I'm just sold on Hallie. You know, I'm just a little sold on him because I was ragging him early in the year. I'm like, yo, who is this guy, man? He was an all star last year, and he
Nah,
won.
he deserved it. You wasn't
Yeah,
wrong. He
yeah,
deserved it.
yeah. So sometimes you need that constructive criticism, you know. But
Hmm.
I can't wait. I'm looking to see. I want to see what I just said. I want to see a close game. Close game, maybe low scoring. I don't know how you're gonna keep OKC from not scoring high, or how you're gonna keep Indiana from scoring high. But I think they cancel each other out in some way. You know,
Yeah.
I think they gonna cancel each other out. Where it's like, oh man, it's hard to score against them guys. It's hard to score against them guys. But I want game one to be a close game, come down to the last shot, maybe overtime. But I want it to be a close
Yeah.
game for sure. Because who wants the first game of the finals to be a blowout? I don't want to see no blowout. But hey, man, the way the playoffs and the playoffs been going, it's gonna be either one or the other.
And then look, it's funny you said that shit too. It might be a fucking it might be OKC doing the little voodoo or something because I just saw ESPN. I just saw an ESPN update. They say the Pacers flight to Oklahoma City had to get diverted because of a tornado warning.
Oh shit!
So they already
They always tie something. They gonna find something to tie something into this shit, bro. It's always
so that
they
so
never
now
can only
these niggas gonna be tired because they had to fucking take a layover in
for
fucking
real.
Alabama or some shit, and like, oh yeah, y'all gotta stop out here first, and then we gonna get y'all over there.
It
But
can never
we'll
strictly
see.
be it can never strictly be about the game. They always got to bring up some random fact. They stayed at a creepy hotel. Somebody ate some bad food. The bus broke down. It's always something, bro.
What you saying? Hallie flu game?
Hey man,
Hallie flu game?
he done,
Dior, listen to that.
he done already had the Reggie Miller choke with the Kawhi bounce. The only thing he missing is the flu game this year.
The flu game.
On the real. But no, man, I'm excited, bro. Thursday, bro. What time is it gonna be? A late 8:30, maybe hopefully 8:30, right? That'll be. But it's the finals. They usually show early 7 or something, right?
Well, both shit, even though Oklahoma is a fucking Western Conference team, it's still a low key Eastern Conference team
And
because of the
don't get me started though.
central time zone type shit. So
Right,
it's gonna be like a 7:30 type deal. It might be 8 because it is the finals, but
right.
it ain't no I guess real West team. You know, if they playing the Lakers or some shit, it'd be, it'd be 7 o'clock daytime, but it'd be like an 8:30, 9 o'clock game for us. You feel me? So
True.
yeah,
I'll just be hoping the game start at 9. You know, I get off at 10. I'll be at the bar by halftime. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be my only thing. But I don't mind watching the game at work, bro. I'll be screaming and shit at the iPad, bro. Like they'd be like, "Yo, what's going on?" Be down there,
that passion.
it'd be loud, bro. I'm like, this is my life, bro. All is life, bro. It's the finals. Like, y'all lucky I didn't not come to work to watch the finals, bro. 10 years ago, I would have. A couple years ago, I'd be like, man, fuck work, bro. I'm watching NBA finals, bro.
I'm watching the finals.
I might catch
Uh-huh.
if it go past 5 games, bro. I'm taking off because I gotta be somewhere when the champagne come out. You know what I'm saying? I gotta celebrate with the champions.
For sure.
But hey, man, it's gonna be good, bro. We gonna most definitely hopefully we can chop it up. Maybe in between this finals. You know, I don't want to be the last time. The next time we talk, it be over with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, we definitely gotta, we definitely gotta give the finals action, finals coverage for sure. You know what I mean?
I'm talking about we might have to come right back to y'all after game one.
Yeah,
We
we
might
need
have
to
to
lock in. We need to lock in for one of these finals games for a live stream or some shit like that. For
for
real, for
sure,
real. That's what we
for
need to
sure.
do. Need to get your ass off work. Go ahead, call it a day one of them days. We can lock in, watch the game, some shit, cover the game, talk about the
Hmm.
game, put that shit up in the side corner or something. You know what I'm saying? And talk
For
about
sure.
these finals, bro. Cause like I said, I hope I ain't wrong, but I just feel like it's gonna be a lot more excitement than niggas really giving it credit for.
Hmm.
Because it's funny how now OKC ain't the best, whatever, or just historical. These niggas won 68 games, bro. Y'all better put some respect on them niggas'
For
name.
sure.
And
Put some
then,
respect on their name.
Indiana, the injuries and da 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 da, they had an easy road to the finals because if they would have went through da da da, like bro, they won. They beat
Right.
the Knicks. They beat fucking the first seed
The
in the
first number
fucking
one Cleveland
number one
Cavaliers.
seed in the fucking East, and they beat Giannis. So it's like the second, third best player in the world. So
Mm-hmm.
both of these teams have done what they need to do. Give them niggas credit. They got two of the best coaches in the fucking league. One who just won the fucking coach of the year last year, and the other one who has multiple coach of the years and the finals, and the fucking trophy and everything else, and has been able to every team he has went to reinvent his offense around exactly what the NBA is looking for and needs. You know what I mean? Like
For
who the
sure.
fuck thought the Halliburton trade, and who even to a certain extent thought the Siakam trade was gonna lead to what it has led to. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And yeah, man, I just don't. I don't see. Like I say, I get it. Historic defense on OKC side.
Is this
Da da da
Siakam
da da.
first? This
But
Siakam first year in this yeah, Siakam second year in Indiana,
second,
right?
it's second. Might even be
Okay.
his third, but I think it's only his
I think
second.
it's I think it's only his second. But
Yeah.
no, like who was expecting this, man? Shout out to Miles Turner, man. He been through it all. He stayed,
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
longest 10-year pacer, right?
He might be the longest 10 year pacer of right now, you know.
Hmm.
I'm happy for him. Hopefully, I mean, this is gonna be a hell of an experience, win, lose, or whatever. He's gonna be able to be like, yo, I'm able to, I
I
stayed for a
made the
reason.
finals.
I made the finals, you know. So I'm happy for him.
Uh-huh.
Real happy for him.
Yeah, no, like I said, bro, I feel like it's gonna be an exciting matchup. I feel like these two teams is matched up better than a lot of people think, and I feel like the pace at which Indiana plays with and the
Hmm.
ball movement is gonna be it's gonna be some tight matchups. I don't just feel like, OKC gonna come out of there. I get it. Like I said, historic defense and shit like that. Da 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 da. Point, was it net rating, defensive net rating, point differential and wins at home. I get all that, bro.
Right.
But Indiana is gonna come and they're gonna come with pace. They're gonna come with space. They got a lot of guys that can score. They got a lot of the guys that can get just as physical with them niggas. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
they got some guys. Now I can say, like I said, who's gonna stop SGA on Indiana's side, but also who's gonna stop Halliburton because his game is so awkward and unique. It's like he's not looking to just hold on to the ball, bro. So it's like
It ain't gonna be easy pickings. You know what I'm
it ain't
saying?
gonna be it ain't gonna be easy pickings,
And
bro.
I see that. I see that. I see them trying to throw a case of Wallace. He gonna cook Wallace. He gonna cook Isaiah Joe. You know,
Uh-huh.
you gonna have to rough him up with Caruso or with Dort.
Or
Like
Dort, yeah.
you gonna have to, because it's like you gonna throw Case and Wallace in him. It's gonna be like a form of disrespect. Halliburton gonna look at
Or
it.
even J Dub to a certain extent.
That might be good. That might be good. They come in together, 2020, Halliburton and J Dub. Well, J Dub was a couple years ago, 2022 or something, right? He fairly new.
Yeah, I think he might have been 22 or even 21. I
Did the
know
Thunder
Halliburton was 20 though. I
did the
know
Thunder
that.
get a pick in 20? Was it J? Was it
Um,
the other J Dub maybe?
maybe. I don't know. That's a good
Okay.
question.
Like I said, man, I'm excited.
Or was it Chet in 2020? No, it
It might
wasn't
have been,
Chet.
yeah, it might have been Chet because Wemby was 21. No, Wemby was 20 last year, 24, 23.
Yeah, Len Wemby was 23.
So I don't know who the Thunder had, guys. They got maybe Isaiah Joe or Casey Wallace, one of them role guys.
They had a high draft pick. Oh no,
Yeah.
yeah. Jalen Williams was 2020.
Which
No,
one, Jada?
Jalen Williams was 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 22.
So yeah, man. NBA Finals Thursday. We gonna see y'all. I hope y'all tuning in because we gonna most definitely be watching.
For sure.
Y'all remember these takes that we giving y'all. Cause all this stuff, y'all might not hear everything, but y'all gonna hear enough where it's gonna make y'all remember. Oh damn, we heard this. We heard that this gonna be one of the maybe the best up and down pace finals of in the past years. It might not be as lopsided as y'all think it is. Basically,
Exactly.
overall, might not be as lopsided because the Thunder got the talent, but the Pacers got a good coach and they got a pure point guard. And with those, when you mix those two, it's like you kind of got a perfect
You got a formula.
recipe. You got a
You
nice
got a good
recipe.
formula.
Yeah,
You got a good formula.
you got a real nice recipe.
On the real. That's what I'm saying. I know. And then me looking back at that draft, the OKC ain't even have a pick that draft because I think that was the
Uh,
one that the shit when they
Traded for SGA or something, right?
yeah, right.
So one of them picks went to like Miami or Utah, some bullshit like that.
Well, I think maybe that was who knows. This shit be getting jumbled up so much, especially with these trades and shit like that. It's hard to keep up with that shit.
No, for
But
real.
I did see that shit. How they said they
What's that?
said how Paul George pretty much
Made the finals, right?
set up the
Exactly.
two teams that's in the finals
They was thanking Paul George.
with his butterfly effect shit. Because it's like even when they were saying it's funny too, because another guy I watched, bro, he really broke that shit down. How Paul George, if he didn't play how he played that year he won, he was damn near third in MVP voting.
For OKC.
Yeah, they don't get the picks, they don't get the capital and the picks that they get for Paul George to go to LA. So I was like,
And they obviously don't get SGA.
no, they don't get SGA shit. If Paul George didn't have the season he had, where he was able to still hold that value that he did hold
Mm-hmm.
to get over to that team, and if Sam Presti didn't jump out the window when Paul George was looking for a trade and really give up the assets to try to make it work with Melo and fucking Westbrook and fucking and them boys, like it wouldn't have been it would these two teams wouldn't have been what they became. You know what I mean? Because even like
Mm-hmm.
you look at Indiana, they wouldn't have got the pieces they would have got to trade for Halliburton.
Then one got some bonus, right?
They wouldn't have got Sabonis, Oladipo. They wouldn't have got them boys from OKC to get them Paul George.
Hey
And
man, give it up for Paul George,
then,
man. Give it
then
up for Paul George.
they sent them picks over there to get Hallie.
we
And the
gonna
rest is history. And
we
then
gonna
shit, OKC got set up by fucking the Clippers themselves, shit. Because without Paul George playing out his mind and getting put out in the first round like they did, they wouldn't have got fucking SGA. They wouldn't have got J Dub.
somebody get him a half and half
I don't
ring.
even think they would have got shit. Honestly, with all the draft
Oh
picks they
yeah,
had,
nah, I don't think they would have got Chet.
no.
I think
So,
they was yeah. Shout out to
like I
Paul
said,
George, man.
give it up to
Give
Paul
it up to Paul
George,
George,
man.
man.
He should get a
He should get
they
a
should make
Jeff.
up
They
they
should
should
get
make
him
up
a
a ring for him.
they should give him a Jeff Hamilton. You know the jackets, the championship jackets.
Yeah.
Don't give him no ring. No, don't give him no ring. Give him a jacket, bro. He don't need no ring, bro. I love Paul
Nah,
George.
give him the trade champions trade champion piece
You
on
know how
one
like they
ring.
you know like how them players like how Grant Williams he played for the Celtics and the Mavericks last year, so he got a ring regardless. Don't make something else up because Paul George didn't play for neither one of these franchises in the past 3 years. But give him something. Like I said, make that jacket.
But he but
Make
he
Jeff Hamilton get
but
him a jacket or something.
But he sure set some niggas up for the future though, didn't he?
He did something. He set them up. He set them up in ways that he didn't even have to play. That was crazy.
And then at the same time he just destroyed the Sixers' future. God damn, Paul George, what is
Uh,
going on?
hey man, he's on a generational run with the NBA boy. Either you gonna do real good or you gonna do real bad. Hell
Shit,
no.
that shit crazy. He is destroying and rebuilding teams in his wake everywhere he go. What the fuck is going
I
on?
don't know if they wanna thank him or kick his ass the way that he doing the damage that he doing. It's like, damn, you doing pretty good, but at the same time, like, yo, what you doing in Philly, bro?
Well, if I'm saying Princely, Paul George should just start getting random envelopes of money in the mail every couple of weeks.
On the real, bro.
I get this nigga, I get this nigga royalties like he made the Star Wars franchise for a nigga or something. Like what the fuck? 'Cause
Hell no.
He's
Especially
like,
if they
damn, what? He's like, damn, where this money come from? It must be from the podcast. No, bro, this from Don't worry about it.
on the
What
real.
was it? Presty sends his regards.
And he was only there for what, 2 years? How long George was at? Okay, he wasn't even.
Hey, look, in 2 years, like I said, even if, bro, if OKC didn't fucking bomb how they did, if that experiment didn't fail like it did, bro,
Mhm.
let's just say OKC would have won something. Or let's just say, even if they would have made the finals, the conference finals, bro, he probably wouldn't have made that trade.
Cause what they got put out what the first round against Dame
Both
Dollar and them, right?
times. Both times.
Damn,
Not Dame Dollar both times, but they got put out
put
that
out both.
first year. They got put out by that young Utah team.
I
Since
remember
we
that.
mentioned them,
I remember
then
that.
that second year they got put out with Dame time.
Okay,
And
that's
if they
crazy.
ass didn't fail how they failed, and there was a failed experiment, we wouldn't even be where we at right now.
We wouldn't even be talking. We wouldn't even be talking, y'all.
About it
We
like
wouldn't
that.
even be talking about y'all right there. We wouldn't even be talking about y'all. We wouldn't even be talking about this right now, bro. I
So,
promise y'all. So
so
thank
once
you, Paul
again,
George. Thank you, Paul George. You
once
gave so
again,
many. You gave so many people. You gave so many people just ripple effect of great players, great podcasts.
Grandma,
You know what I'm saying? Like not your podcast. I'm talking about you gave us the opportunity to talk about shit.
talk about the shit. Yeah,
Your
no,
shit
no.
cool, your shit cool or whatever. But like, I mean, you gave us a reason to even speak upon the Thunder and the Pacers. You know,
Well,
so
hey, who am I to say it's not good? It's apparently great because he ain't even really trying to play basketball like that. He really trying to be podcast Pete now. So
I guess,
I'm guessing it's working out pretty good for him. So
I
you know what I
guess.
mean. But yeah, and this nigga really don't seem like he like basketball no more. From all the interviews I heard when he was over there,
He don't
in
like it no more.
Philly, he just here to get a check, bro. He just here to make his podcast thrive and get a check. That's
That's
why them
crazy,
Philly fans was cussing his ass out when he was in the
man.
car and shit,
Man,
riding and shit.
they hate him out there, man. He should never left the West Coast, boy.
No, bro, he should stay. He said he wanted to go back home, but he
It's too
trying to get
late.
that bag. That
Yes.
bag matter more. You know, he want to try to take that pay cut. He like, you know, I'm playing. Kawhi ain't even playing. Why y'all giving him the bag, but I ain't getting the bag? And
Oh
now we see.
man, that's some hater
Now, now,
shit,
now we see why.
right?
If this the energy that you would have brought the next year, the Clippers are smart getting rid of your ass too.
On mama.
If this was the hill, if this was your decline, see, if this was the hill you was falling off of, and the Clippers saw it, this is the first time the Clippers gonna ever made the right move on some
Yeah,
shit for
yeah,
real.
that was a good call. They might start making even better calls if they seen that one. They made that one spot on.
They thought that shit a mile away. They was like, oh yeah, we got it. I guess, like I said, and I guess everybody did because OKC saw it before it happened, and fucking and Indiana saw it before the writing was on the wall. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So it's
crazy.
like, hey, set them up, bro. But yeah, man, I'm like you said, I'm just ready to see these finals, man. I'm ready to see these two Paul George created teams, bro. I'm ready to see, you know what I mean? Like he put these bitches in the 2K lab and came up with these two teams for us to watch in the finals, bro. So
It's
yeah,
gonna be
man, I'm
exciting.
ready to see it, man. I'm ready to see it, bro.
It's gonna be exciting, man.
And it's what Thursday? Well, it's Friday.
Thursday.
Thursday, right? Yeah, the
So
fifth, right? Yeah,
so
that's what
you
I'm
got the finals. You got K Dot. You going to see Dot.
going to see the dot. Can't wait. Can't
So
wait.
man, bro. I hope you're ready, man. You got a lot going on this weekend, man.
Hell yeah, man. I can't wait, bro. I'm ready to see these finals Thursday. Then I'm gonna go to this concert Friday. Check this shit out,
Yeah.
man.
Yes,
Get
sir.
fucked up. See Sizzling K Dot. Hopefully they bring a Chicago nigga to the stage, G Herbo or some
I
fucking
don't know,
body.
bro. You might see me on stage, bro. You never know, bro.
Just a random Chicago nigga.
You just said the Chicago nigga shit. I can lip sync that shit or something, whatever you need me to do. Shit.
For real, on the real, bro. I can't wait, man. But I'm a fucking yeah, bro. We gonna reconnect on these finals, bro. We gotta get back into the in tune, man. Episode 21,
For sure.
outside the arena, bro. Just bringing these tips, opinions,
Man, we hot
whatever,
takes,
whatever, hot takes, whatever,
everything.
whatever, bro. Like, it did just before I let you go, anything about Tibbs getting fired, or you knew this? I knew this was coming, man. I
Um,
kind of figured.
I ain't expected, but it's always not nothing surprising when you see. I hate to say it, but Tom Thibodeau was like the scapegoat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure,
What are
for
you gonna
sure.
say? What are you gonna blame? Cat, this is first year over here. You're not gonna blame Jalen Brunson because if you put the blame on Jalen Brunson, he might be looking for a trade. He gonna be like, "This is how y'all do me." So you're not
Yeah.
gonna do it. You're not gonna do that. So yeah, man, tough break for Tibbs. You
Good
always
break for
got.
Tibbs, man, but you gotta make adjustments a little bit faster, bro. You
Yeah, man,
can't
you can't wait to
you can't
play
wait
your
to
play.
desperation
You can't
and
wait
then now
to
you trying to make
you
dumb
can't
shit
wait to
work.
you can't wait to play your players in game 4 of the third round. Like now you look it down in your bench and now you finally see you got Shane Larkin. Like, no, bro, you supposed to been play him, bro.
You supposed to be playing now you down three, now you down 2-0 or 3-1. Now you like, oh nigga, we need to do something. Like,
Now
no,
we need to do something. Like, no, you
too
supposed to
too
be
late. Too late for adjustments, my nigga. Like, come
so
on,
yeah,
man.
man, tough break for Tills, but hey man, that's the name of the game. You know?
Tough break for Tibbs, man. We might see him on fucking ESPN with Shaq and them next year. Who knows, man?
Maybe.
No, just for
I wouldn't want to see Tibbs talking like that shit. He'd be screaming. He'd be hoarse by the next at the commercial break, bro. I don't want to see that shit, bro.
that nigga sound hoarse all the time. I don't even think he got a yeah. I think that nigga just how that nigga talk,
That
man.
nigga just hoarse.
That nigga
But
just a
yeah,
horse ass nigga, man.
but yeah, man, we gonna most definitely chop it up, bro. Hopefully, I'll talk to you maybe after the well, not after the game. You'll be in motion. But for sure, we gonna be chopping it up after game 1.
Oh yeah, we got to, man. We got to touch back base with it, bro. But I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. Like I said, episode 21 outside the arena, man. We're gonna check back in with y'all later.
Yes,
Please
sir.
again hit that subscribe button right up above here. Comment, give us y'all thoughts and opinions, man. Let us know if we right, wrong, indifferent, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep tuning in, man, and showing us some love, bro. And we gonna
Get
keep
with
getting
us,
these
man.
takes out, man. Even when the summertime come up, don't think just because we ain't got the fucking finals no more, we ain't gonna be touching back in on this combat, not combat, on these fucking summer league games. Seeing
Oh
what these
yeah.
boy
Oh
Cooper
yeah.
Flag and them gonna
Oh
do.
yeah.
We finna see how many me bounds
And
Angel
Jerice.
Rico gonna get, and we gonna see how many triple doubles from the greatest WNBA player in NBA history already, Kayla Carr gonna be. So yeah. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm just
But if she retired today,
fucking-
she's a Hall of Famer.
She's a Hall of Famer, first
She's a
ballot,
Hall of
no doubt,
Famer.
no doubt, and only one and a half seasons,
She
no
could put
doubt.
the ball down right now and be the GOAT. Damn near.
I
Damn.
ain't gonna discredit my girl Angel Wilson, bro. She's
True
still
that.
a LeBron. She's still a LeBron of the
True
league,
that.
bro.
Shout
I
out,
gotta
shout
give her
out,
that.
shout out Maya Moore, all them.
Oh, little man, Maya Moore. What's the was it Paige Buckner's down there in Dallas, man.
Yeah, she doing her thing though. She doing her thing.
Aaliyah Boston, man. We know these girls, man. We just be fucking around, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I know y'all only want to talk about the main ones, but we actually do this basketball shit, bro. We actually tune into this shit, man. Y'all might even hear some high school takes from us here and there. Some
On the
fucking,
real.
you know what
We
I
do we
mean?
do our
So
scouting. We do our
we
scouting.
do our scouting, bro. But yeah, man, I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. I'm fucking this BA, bro.
For
And
sure.
yeah, bro, we gonna holler at y'all later, man. Outside the arena, man. 21
Peace.
checking in. Peace.